On January 4th, 2012, a user posted a strange image on the 4chan social media platform. The image had a black background with white text that read,
"We are looking for very intelligent individuals, and to find them, we have decided to conduct a test. The image contains a hidden message. Discover it, and you will be on the right path to reaching us. We are excited to meet the few who will make it to the end. Good luck, signed 3301.
Although the participants in the test did not know anything at the time, they were about to embark on one of the strangest and most famous chases in internet history. Welcome. Let me tell you today about the Cicada 3301 puzzle. But before we start, don't forget to subscribe and activate the bell to receive notifications when the new story is published. At the beginning, many considered the story just a prank by an anonymous user, while others believed it was something bigger, suggesting that the puzzle might be related to a secret society or intelligence agencies, where those who succeeded in the test and could decode the image would become experts in encryption with them. As for the purpose of the puzzle and who was behind it, it was unknown at the time, as well as what would happen upon reaching the end. But regardless of the answer, imagine a challenge posted with the phrase, "We are looking for very intelligent people," on one of the most famous social media platforms. It's natural that many people couldn't resist the curiosity and the desire to prove their intelligence. Based on that, the competition began. Participants in the contest tried to solve the puzzle in the image in various ways, opening the image with programs like Photoshop and attempting to adjust it and change the colors, but they found nothing. In the end, one user discovered that when they opened the image using a text editor like Notepad, random symbols, letters, and numbers appeared that made no sense, as is the case when opening any image. However, in this particular image at the bottom of the page, there was a line containing a clear text, and beside it an encrypted text reading Tiberius Claudius Caesar, with numbers and letters, leading some to suspect that the text was encrypted using the Caesar cipher because of the word Caesar. Their suspicion was correct, and when they decrypted the code, it turned out to be a link that led to another image online with a message.
Oops, you fell into the trap. It seems you can't guess how to find the hidden message.
Participants hit a dead end when they did the same thing they had done with the first image, opening the image with a text editing program, but they found nothing unusual. They tried all the methods they had used with the first image, but to no avail. Over time, it became clear that the image pointed more directly to something. The word written on the image, which was guess, served as a clue for how to decode the image, and the hint directed them to use a popular decoding program called Outguess. Indeed, when users returned to the first image and used Outguess, they discovered that the image contained hidden data. The information they were able to extract was a link to a page on the famous social media site Reddit. Along with the link, there was a code based on a book to decrypt further codes. When they opened the Reddit page, they found the book that matched the code, and using the code in the book, they were able to reach a new cipher. When the cipher was decoded, it turned out to be a phone number. When they called the number, they heard the following voicemail.
"Very well, good job. There are 3 prime numbers associated with the image 3300 and one of them. Find the other 2 numbers, multiply all 3 together, then add .com to reach the next step. Good luck and goodbye."
The next day, the topic of the image spread quickly on the internet like wildfire, and many amateur investigators began gathering to solve the Cicada 3301 puzzle. The question now was to find the prime numbers in the image, as the message had said. So far, there was only one number. Users tried many possibilities, but with no result. Eventually, it turned out that the solution was simpler than they thought. The 2 numbers represented the dimensions of the image, the length and width. After multiplying the length by the width, and then by 3301, the result was 845 145 127. When they added .com to the end of this number, they discovered a website. The website displayed a background with an image of a cicada, a butterfly-like insect, with a countdown timer beneath it. When the timer reached 0, the page automatically updated and displayed a list containing coordinates of different places in the world, specifically 14 locations in 5 different countries. It was now the turn of investigators living near these coordinates to visit these places and see what was happening. People who had believed that the Cicada 3301 puzzle might be the work of a secret organization or intelligence agencies felt their theory was getting much stronger. It didn't seem like just a prank by some user on a social media site anymore. The situation was much bigger than that. When participants took the puzzle to the streets and visited the coordinates written on the list, they discovered that there were indeed posters with images of cicadas, and each poster had a QR code. When they scanned the codes with their phones, they discovered new links. These links led to another image, which also contained a puzzle. Then, the puzzle led them to a book, which in turn led them to a new website. This was similar to what had happened at the beginning, but this time, the puzzle took an unexpected turn. Only a select group of people who reached this stage faced the final phase, after which the website was closed. A message appeared on the site saying,
"We are looking for the best, not followers."
And so the phase ended. Those who reached the final phase were warned not to tell anyone about anything or cooperate with anyone, and that anyone who shared details about this phase would fail the test. Of course, not everyone followed the warning, or else we wouldn't know about these details now. But it seems that those who respected the conditions were the ones who reached the end of the last stage. After a full month without any news about the subject, this image appeared on Reddit, saying,
"Hello, we have found the people we were looking for, and accordingly, our month-long journey has ended. Thank you for your great efforts. If you are among those who could not complete the test or did not receive a message from us, don't be sad. There will be future opportunities. Thank you, everyone. Signed 3301.
It was clear that Cicada had found the people they were looking for, but what happened to them after that? No one knows. And because the topic was closed without any explanation, many people began to believe that it was just a prank. Then, a question started to arise in some minds. How did the participants know that this image was really from Cicada and not just a prank from someone else? The group or person behind this complex game was using a type of authentication code called the PGB code, which they always included with any message or image they sent to ensure that the message came from Cicada and that they weren't frauds. For a full year after the puzzle ended, there were no messages from Cicada, and all that happened was just games and pranks by others. However, exactly 1 year and 1 day later, an image appeared on Reddit.
Hello again. We will begin searching for intelligent people once more. The first hidden clue in this image, discover it, and it will guide you on the first path towards meeting the few who will make it to the end. Good luck. Signed 3301.
This time, the authentication codes matched Cicada. The new puzzle was very similar to the first one. An image containing a message that leads you to a book, and the book with the code leads you to a link, just like what happened last time. But this time, the code contained a link to a page on Twitter, now X, that had one image. The image was a table filled with numbers, letters, and symbols. There were also 8 different locations in 4 different countries. The chase ended just like the first time, where a selected group of participants was accepted initially, and then the website was closed to the rest. However, unlike the first puzzle, this time the contest didn't end with a message from Cicada saying thank you, but Cicada disappeared suddenly. The third round began in early 2014. Again, an image appeared on Reddit containing a message. This message led us to the book, and the book in turn led us to a link similar to the previous time, but this time the puzzle was about a book called Liber Primus, which means the first book in Latin. It was clear that Cicada was the one who wrote this book. The book was filled with symbols, and we started to understand the function of the table that contained the symbols, which was necessary to decode the book. The book was full of various philosophical ideas, almost like a constitution for Cicada. It became evident that Cicada was indeed a secret organization. The book also contained a series of different puzzles and codes, but unfortunately, even though the table was available to us, a large part of the book had not been decoded yet. Some pages were encrypted with more than one layer of encryption, meaning that the codes were not easy to crack. Of the 74 pages containing codes, only 19 pages were successfully decoded. At the beginning of 2015, people were waiting for the new puzzle like every year. But 2015 started and ended without any announcement of a new puzzle from Cicada. People began to believe that the puzzle related to the book should be solved first before Cicada would release a new puzzle. In 2016, Cicada confirmed this by publishing a message encouraging people to re-examine the book again. The message said, "The road ahead is open. Revelation requires the faithful. Liber Primus is the way. Its words are the map. Its meaning is the path. And its numbers are the directions. Search, and you will arrive. Good luck, signed 3301. For years passed with no significant progress, and there was complete silence from Cicada. Over time, some news began to leak about the secret final stage that only those who reached it knew about. These leaks say that at the end of the first puzzle, the qualified individuals received an email from Cicada, but unfortunately, the leaker did not publish this email, so we cannot be 100% sure of the validity of this information. But let's see what was written in the email. Do not share this information. Congratulations, your month-long tests have now ended. Among the many applicants who tried to reach, you are the few who succeeded. Only one step remains. This time, there are no hidden codes, no secret messages, no coordinates to locations you must go to and search. The final step is simply honesty and integrity. We have been honest with you from the beginning and will remain honest with you until the end. And we are waiting for you to be honest as well. You have always wanted to know who we are? The time has come for us to answer. We are a global group with no name, no symbol, no membership. We have no official website, nor do we promote ourselves. We are a group of individuals who have proven our competence, just as you have proven your competence when you succeeded in the contest. What unites us all is the belief in only one cause. Oppression and tyranny must end in any way possible. Preventing people from expressing their opinions is wrong, and privacy is a fundamental right of every individual. We are not a group of hackers, nor do we engage in any illegal activity. If you are engaging in any illegal activity, we demand that you stop immediately or refuse the invitation to be a part of us. If you refuse, we will not ask you why, but if you lie, we will know. What we do focuses on research and developing technologies that help spread the ideas we defend, such as freedom, privacy, and security. Perhaps you have heard of some of our past projects. If you decide to accept membership, we are happy to have you join us to help with upcoming projects. We await your response to this email by answering the following questions. Do you believe that every human being has the right to privacy and that they have the right to use tools to help maintain it? Here is the translation of your Arabic script into English, keeping the events and text unchanged. Are you a believer that everyone has the right to privacy and that they should use tools to help protect it? Do you believe that information should be free and available to everyone? Do you believe that censorship harms humanity? We're waiting to hear from you. Signed, 3301. The problem with the message is that it contains contradictory parts. The question raised, do you believe that information should be free and available to everyone, conflicts with what the group has been doing from the start. Since the beginning of the puzzle, they have been hiding information from everyone, and the first sentence in the message says, do not share this information. So, where do we believe that information should be available to everyone? The idea of a secret organization or group recruiting individuals through deciphering codes and puzzles may seem silly or absurd at first, or something that happens in movies and TV shows, not in real life. But contrary to expectations, there are institutions, organizations, and even governments that have done this before. In 2013, the British intelligence agency, GCHQ, launched a recruitment program called You Find It, where participants had to decipher several hidden codes on various parts of the internet. Those who managed to solve the puzzles and decrypt the codes were awarded prizes or appointed to the agency itself. But the question now is, if this is true, why didn't the people who passed the test talk about their experience after it ended? The issue now is that some have spoken, but how do we know they are not lying? In 2015, Rolling Stone magazine interviewed two people who claimed to be winners of the first puzzle. They said that after the final stage, they received an email from Cicada with a link to a website on the dark web, and through this site, they communicated with about 20 other recruits, as well as some of the founding members of Cicada. During this meeting, they were told that Cicada 3301 was founded by a group of friends who believed in the same ideas about security, privacy, and censorship, and that the group's goal was to develop applications to help spread these ideas. Over time, their secret society expanded and spread across several countries, and their system became that recruits would develop the applications while the founding members oversaw them. They eventually discovered that the whole thing was just a setup, a test, and there were no more puzzles, codes, or anything like that. They left the matter, and the group, which had more than 20 winners by the end of 2012, all of them left. Shortly after, The dark website they had been communicating through disappeared. A somewhat logical explanation for all this game might be that Cicada is a group of developers aiming to create applications that help with privacy and security, as they claim. But instead of launching functional applications and having people apply normally, they decided to design this game and puzzles so that only people who are skilled in programming and encryption would apply. Although this explanation is not as exciting or impressive as Cicada being an organization aiming to control the world, it is certainly the most realistic one. And thus we have reached the end of the story. I await your opinions, and if you have a story you'd like to hear, write it in the comments. I'll see you next time with a more exciting story than the previous one. For those who want to hear this story on Spotify or dive deeper into the details, you can get the full ebook, which contains additional events and exclusive insights not covered in this video. You'll find all the links in the description below.